Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to all of you as we usher in B.LEAGUE action once again. Tonight, it's Fighting Eagles Nagoya hosting ALVARK Tokyo. Welcome to the Nagoya Biwajima Sports Center, our venue here for this evening, Wednesday evening action. Basketball coming your way. It's Christmas Eve and everybody getting ready for Christmas Day, but right now we're getting set for basketball. These two squads are playing great as of late. Let's take a look at our team standings first. ALVARK Tokyo at 15-10, fifth spot in the Eastern Conference. On the other hand, we have the squad of Fighting Eagles Nagoya at 11-14 in seventh position. A lot of ground to be made up, but I mentioned the fact that they're playing so great here in the past couple of weeks. In fact, Fighting Eagles Nagoya on a 2-game winning streak. On the other hand, ALVARK Tokyo at 15-10 has won 5 straight. So something's got to give here as we take a look at the lineup of Fighting Eagles Nagoya. Of course, for the Filipino fans, everybody taking a look at Francis Lopez. That was him on your screens a while ago. Number 20. They also have number 0, Jamora Pickett. Number 3, Narito Namizato. Unfortunately, number 22, Jeremy Jones, is out with an injury. So they're going to be hard-pressed. There are the numbers of Jeremy Jones, and that is what they're going to be missing here. Francis Lopez, calmly there, sitting down. That's Jones. So that 2-game winning streak of theirs is hanging in the balance, of course. Let's take a look at some of the action here. Sean O'Mara. We're going to be counting on him a lot, that's for sure. He is in the starting lineup. They also have Milo Murphy, the 19-year-old who stands 6'5". They might need to be able to use him. But looking down at their lineup, they're going to be hard-pressed to come up with a win here today, especially against ALVARK Tokyo, who's got such a deep lineup. In fact, they have a lot of players that are actually resting right now. They're not going to be suiting up Steve Zack. They also don't have Frank Kaminsky, the 7-footer who used to play in the NBA. This is the lineup that they're parading here today. Of course, they're going to have Sebastian Saiz. They also have number 17, that's Marcus Foster. Also Ryan Rossiter, and then Chase Feeler. So those 4 individuals, as you can see there, are going to be their imports here for today. So no Brandon Davis. Kai Taves is also out. That is how deep and that is how many players they have in their lineup. Nice layup there from Taiki Okasabe. One of the players they're going to be relying on. Of course, Sebastian Saiz, the slam dunk champion here in the B-League. And their national team member, Shuto Ando, number 9. That's him. He can light it up from just about anywhere. Not to mention he's a very tough defender. He's well built also at 6'3". And now let's have the lineup. The starting 5 of ALVARK Tokyo. Nice look there at Coach Dainius Adomaitis. And now let's enjoy the fanfare presented to us here for your Christmas game as we welcome Fighting Eagles Nagoya. In the meantime, let's take a look at a key player matchup. On the left, you've got number 23 for Fighting Eagles. That's Ryuto Yasuoka. On the other side, we talked about him. Taiki Okasabe, 27 years old, standing 6'2", and there are the comparative numbers. That's huge though, 26 big points. And averaging just about 40 minutes is Yasuoka. Let's see how those numbers hold up here tonight. There you got the starting five for the home squad. They got Chamorro Pickett, Namizato, Francis Lopez. They have their main man, Ryuto Yasuoka, and Sean O'Mara. That is a solid starting five, as we have Coach Boykin there. Usually it's Calvin Oldham. Our three referees. We got referee Hiraide, referee Moria, and referee Oyi. Well, for Nagoya, they do have two imports. Excuse me. They have two coaches listed. They have Ruben Boykin and also Calvin Oldham. So today, it's Ruben Boykin. Well, the important thing is, regardless who's coaching, you come up with the victories. We're good to go for our Christmas Eve game. Once again, we'd like to welcome you to the Nagoya Biwajima Sports Center as Fighting Eagles Nagoya host ALVARK Tokyo. Two squads on a winning streak. Fantasista is what it's called because of that blazing speed of his. Sets up his main man. Ryuto will misfire. One and done. But they got the shot that they were looking for. That's what's important. Nice handoff. Sebastian will not want to attack from up there. They're going to go inside Taiki. Foster trying to make his move. The flip works. Tokyo on the board first at 2-0. Fantasista will come up short. One and done on their first two forays in the offense. A foul is going to be called. Was there a shove? Yes, there was. Namizato couldn't believe it. That's a smart play from Namizato. I say smart because he actually pushed, but he tried to push him at the chest. Sometimes referees will not spot that. He was blindsided at that stage. Nakamura finds Saiz inside. And it's 4-0. Lopez now wanting to challenge yet. O'Mara almost lost it. Here comes Fantasista inside. Nice left-handed layup. He's got that cat-like quickness. But he can get away from a double team just like that. 4-2. Foray on the outside once again. Rossiter. 3-level score will go inside. Saiz. No. Rossiter with the tip. Nothing. O'Mara clears. They'll bring it down. That pass, too hard. At the same time, they were on the same page with Sean O'Mara. Gonna go inside, flip it! That was close. Another foul is going to be called. That's going to be the second team foul. Very quickly on the boys in white. Clearly a foul on Nakamura. His first personal, second foul of the evening. They're gonna really try to be as physical as they can with Ryuto. He's their leading scorer. Pickett with the jumper. That rims out. Sean O'Mara's there. Easy putback. We're tied at 4. O'Mara is a handful inside that shaded lane. You're gonna have to put a body on him quickly. Rossiter gets it. That time we'll look to score and does. He likes to initially try to get his teammates involved first, but Ryan is a capable scorer. 6-4. Pickett will give it back out. Yasuoka looking for space. Nice find. That's a great seal there by Lopez. He had Okasabe on his hip. Nothing Okasabe could have done. Back inbounds. Misato. Gonna go deep. Kick it back out. Fantasista for 3. Back rims that one. Nice rebound by Taiki. Now chance of defense from the fans here at the Nagoya Biwajima. Taiki gives it up. I look inside. Saiz, that's strong. He gets up so high, impossible to block him. And he's quick as well. Back to a 4-point lead here for the visitors at 8-4. Pretty good flow to this game. Here's Lopez. Comes up with a fake, but gets denied by Saiz. Good defense there from the Spaniard. That's a poor pass. Now a 3-on-2 break the other way. Yasuoka will stop. That's a little bit too strong though. You want to give it up to a teammate. He'll put it up once again. Bang! This guy has not found the shot he didn't appreciate. He just missed. Took a hurried 3 there. Nonetheless made it. Nakamura looking for space. Saiz from 17 feet short. Oh, that close. He's not going to miss. There's going to be a foul. Lopez should have just given that to him. Get out of the way. You're not stopping Sebastian with that head of steam. Watch it here. You got to put a body on him. It went straight back to that spot. First personal foul going to be called on Francis. Fukuzawa's going to check in for the first time. Kohei Fukuzawa, number 25 for ALVARK Tokyo. Referees correct themselves. Just a bonus free throw. And to complete a 3-point play here is Sebastian. Swishes that one. He's got 5 points. He'll take his first rest. Now we have Chase Feeler coming in, the 33-year-old. On the outside, Jamoro. Ooh, flipped that up a little too strong. Quick basket from the wing. Talk about instant offense. He can get you that. Marcus Foster. Foul will be called. Sticking a little bit too close there to Pickett. Fukuzawa picks up his first. It's going to be the third team foul though. With still a lot of minutes to be played here. Well, he got held up there clearly by Pickett, but you've got to release. Get out of the way. Here comes Shuto Ando. That's a powerhouse lineup that you have being paraded coming off the bench. Shuto Ando, Marcus Foster. That's why they're one of the teams to beat. Long rebound. O'Mara, second offensive board. Will bring it closer. Nice pass. Sean O'Mara really plays within himself. Not forcing the issue. As Sasayama picks up his first basket. Cuts the lead down to 5. Rossiter with a handoff. It's going to be a slight push coming from Yasuoka, stopping the action. Just a slight nudge. That's all it took. Yasuoka's first, also the third team foul now for Fighting Eagles, Nagoya. Quick basket inside, Feeler. Oh, check that, that was Foster. Quick 5 points. O'Mara will give it up. The pass was behind his teammate. Nice quick ball movement. They'll set up and look inside. Ryan Rossiter will come up just short. Trying to attack early. Sean O'Mara. That is a smart play coming from Shuto Ando. Just give him the 2 points. There's no way you're stopping him. 16-11. Back on top. Stops. Puts up that 3. Great boxing out there down low. That's going to be a foul up front. Second personal foul going to be called there on Fukuzawa. And that's going to put Tokyo in the penalty now. Zach Baranski on the floor now for his squad. Rossiter is replaced. Some of the youngsters now being sent in here for Fighting Eagles. They've got Tensho Sugimoto, the 27-year-old. That looks like Milo Murphy as well. Yes, the 19-year-old is on the floor now. And look inside. O'Mara can't find any space. Forced to put that one up. That's great defense. That's when you swing the ball to the other side. See, they look for Ando. Baranski does get it to Ando. There's a quick double. Inside. Layup's not going to fall. But there is Chase Feeler. So it's Feeler in together with Foster. So both teams now in the penalty. First personal foul on Pickett. One more free throw coming up. That'll make it 17-11. Chase Fielder, standing 6'8", 33 years old, from the United States. Lopez back. Lopez at the corner. That looked like a forced shot, but in the end, it still drops. 17-13. As we approach the 2-minute mark of the opening period. On the outside, Nakamura. Wide open three, not gonna fall. All day to shoot there for Baranski. Usually makes that. The flip, yes! Not the sweetest looking of shots coming from Sasayama. But that's going to get them to within two points. Almost a lost possession. Baranski able to get it. Nakamura inside. Skying once again is Saiz. Once he gets ahead of steam, essentially count those 2 points. Lopez. After the handoff, there's going to be a foul. That's going to mean free throws. Not a smart foul coming from Shuto. On the line now, Tensho Sugimoto. A little bit too strong in that first. Deficit still at 4. Nice look there at Coach Ruben. Second will drop. (19-16) as we approach the final minute and change. Nakamura again. Ando. Sticking a little bit too close that time, and Sugimoto is going to give up 2 free throws to one of the best shooters of ALVARK Tokyo. You can't push him, not at that stage. You've got to realize that you're in the penalty. In such a close game such as this one, all these free throws matter. Miss though from Shuto Ando. I jinxed him. Merry Christmas to you. Second coming up. And he gifts his squad there with a point. He's on the board. I'd like to see what Milo can really do. 6'5". Still a little shy. To the wing. Lopez for 3, just short. Trying to battle inside. They're going to say stepping on the baseline was Tensho. Nice battle inside though against Saiz. Watch it here. Not giving up. Ooh, it didn't look like he was stepping on the line, but nonetheless, that was the call. Pick it back. His team down by 4. What kind of a push was that? That's why he's 19 years old. That's why he's got to learn. In a 4-point affair, you're going to go hold on to a player. I know it wasn't much, but at the same time, as far as the referees are concerned, there was a grab. First personal foul going to be called on Milo. Bit of acting coming from Nakamura, of course, but again, you gotta play smarter. Second free throw. That'll extend the lead back up to 6. Nice defense. It's extending high, making things real difficult for them to set up their offense. Looking for some rhythm. Lopez forced to put up this 3. That was wild. Second difference from the game clock and the shot clock. And you can bet ALVARK Tokyo will take the final shot here. Is that a foul? It is a foul. And again, it's Milo. Well, he's got to sit down. There's no way you can give up 4 free throws in the final 30 seconds. And 2 fouls so way out. Not even close to the shaded area. Nakamura was actually just trying to get that past the timeline. You gotta just stay in front of him and play tough D. Move your feet. Nakamura's gonna get 4 bonus points here in the last 20 seconds. On the flip side, Nagoya will have a chance to score once again here. They've got possession. Wakasabe back. Nakamura will rest. Both teams in the bonus. And so you can see Taiki just trying to stay in front of his man. Waiting for that pick. There's a switch. Not exactly the best thing you want to have Saiz switching out on you. Forced to take up a hurried shot, and the quarter's done. And it's now an 8-point lead by ALVARK Tokyo as they're up 24-16. Second quarter underway here at the Nagoya Biwajima Sports Center. Nothing there from Saiz. Chance for Fighting Eagles Nagoya to come back. Little sidestepping move, a little bit too strong though there. On the fly, coming from Sean O'Mara. That's not really his game. Almost a steal from Sean. Saiz to the wing. Feeler wanted to launch and says, what are we rushing for? We're up by 8. Foul inside is going to be called on O'Mara. You like his activity. Trying to stay in step there. Oh, he got beat. Quick move also coming there from Sebastian. But you can see Sean O'Mara saying he gave him space. Officials think otherwise. That's why we got a free throw coming up. Now a 10-point lead to open up the quarter at 26-16. ALVARK Tokyo is a potent squad. You cannot spot them 10 points early and expect to win the ball game. There's another steal. And Pickett's going to be called for his second personal foul. Remember, Pickett and company are already short of one import. No Jeremy Jones. You can ill afford fouls such as that. You've got to be very careful. You've got to take care of that basketball. There's confirmation. He's got 2. This could be a rout if they're not careful. Shuto puts it up a little bit too strong. Long rebound goes to Lopez. That's what they need. Everybody to contribute. Hiramitsu scoring there. That'll cut the lead down to 7. Pocket pass goes to Saiz. He'll bring it back out. Nice look. Baranski will come up short though. So far, good defense there. Perfect finger roll. He has come in and given them a lot of energy. Talking about Tyrell Takusudo. That'll cut the lead down to 5, and a timeout will have to be called by Coach Adomaitis. Back to the action here at the Nagoya Biwajima Sports Center. 5-point lead enjoyed by Tokyo. 5-0 blast put together here by Nagoya. They're right back in it. Saiz, big explosion there. He can finish with the left or with the right. He now has 13 points to lead all scorers. Omaro, that's a nice seal inside up against Rossiter. Nice handoff. Sudo just short. He was worried about the shot blocking ability there of Saiz. Taiki. Rossiter back in as well. That's a deep lineup. Extra pass. Taiki for 3. No. Ticket picks up that rebound. They'll go to the wing. Boy, that's something that Yuko Yasuoka usually drain. Yasuoka now 1 out of 2 from 3-point country so far here in the first half. They need to get him going. That's for certain. I go inside, high off the glass. There's going to be a foul. And that foul might be on Yasuoka, his second. Let's see. Who they give it to? It is on Yasuoka. It is his second. Leads back up to 9. There should be an extra free throw though. There is. Foster already with 7 points coming off the bench. He has hardly played if you really look at it, but he scored a lot. A little bit too strong. Fantasista is able to save it. But there's another turnover here. Nagoya already with 3 team fouls. Not even at the halfway point of the second. Saiz will miss. Pass. Yes, Omara was ahead, but remember, Omara's a center. Can't expect him to field that pass. And with all of these miscues, Ruben Boykin says, we need to settle things down. Let's talk things over. Chance of defense. They need it. They're once again back down by 9. They were able to cut it to 5. They could be down by 11, possibly 12 here. Rossiter will look inside. That's great recovery there, but they give up a 3. They are down by 12. 33-21. That's the biggest lead in the ball game. Lopez will bring it back out. Pickett for 3. Short. But they're going to say Rossiter made contact on the way down. So Pickett with 3 free throws. These 3 free throws are heaven sent. They need to get back and get back quickly. That'll cut the lead down to 9 if he makes all 3. Once again, if you're just joining us, no Jeremy Jones. So only Francis Lopez as their Asia Quota import, Jamorko Pickett, and also Sean O'Mara as the imports here for Fighting Eagles Nagoya. So the imports will play extended minutes, which isn't that bad. The problem is you gotta stay out of foul trouble. That's key. Pickett now already with 2 fouls. O'Mara with 1. Lopez with 1 as well. All 3 are down. Might not want to pick up that high and commit a foul. Sudo up high. Saiz. Flip there by Feeler's not going to drop. Sudo with the board. Gets it to Pickett. Pickett's going to be fouled. That'll be the second team foul now here for the squad of ALVARK. That'll be the third, though, on Fukuzawa. His half is done. Nice look there at Coach Dainius. Nakamura is back. I was wondering when he was going to be fielded back in. He was very instrumental in erecting this lead. Fantasista with a jumper. You can't leave him that wide open. He'll make you pay. He's got 4 points. Lead down to 7. As we mentioned at the top of the coverage, 2 straight victories so far for the Fighting Eagles. Short there from Foster. ALVARK Tokyo on a 5-game win streak. Sudo hits! That's going to extend the defense out further. Coach Boykin, ecstatic about that one. That'll cut the lead down to 4 here at this official timeout. Final 5 minutes of the first half before we usher in Christmas Day. Nakamura gets it to Rossiter. Rossiter against a double team. They'll go to the wing. Short in that three. They got the shot they were looking for though. Pretty good defense put up by Sudo. Lopez will give it back out. You want to take a shot? Nobody there inside the paint for the offensive rebound. Here's Pickett. Gliding through, no. Just short. 33-29 still. Daiki. Rossiter. In and out. That's usually money for him. They'll swing it around the perimeter once again. Sealing inside is O'Mara. They can't get it to him. Eventually it's there. This is where he can score. Kicks it out to Fantasista. Fantasista short though. Nice tip coming from Pickett. Pickett trying to battle there with the Giants inside. That's clearly a kick ball. If not a kick ball, that will be off O'Mara. That's for certain. A lot of pressure up high, and that's what I'm saying. You want to pressure the ball carrier, but you can't stick that close because now you're in the penalty with 3:10 to be played. And now you're going to have to call off the pressure. Like so. So Nakamura will just walk this one up with token resistance. The aggressiveness is gone. Nakamura to the wing. Rossiter inside, and now that's going to be free throws. You see how disappointed he is? Well, that's 2 quick fouls on Sudo. And now you're going to give up shots once again to very good free throw shooters. A while ago, they gave 4 free throws to Nakamura. Now they're giving 2 free throws to Rossiter. And you've cut the lead down to 2. Now you're looking at a 4-point deficit once again. Possibly. Leads 3. You gotta play it smart. You've gotta play smart basketball. Regardless of how athletic you are, if you don't use your brains, there's no way you're gonna progress in this sport. They're lucky, just down by 3. Now an opportunity to come to within 1 or even tie with a 3 here. Sudo. That's a nice find. Lopez for 3. Can make that shot though. O'Mara inside. That'll drop. And the lead is 1 for the visitors. O'Mara already with 3 offensive rebounds out of his 6. Expect a whole lot more. Rossiter for 3. You can't give him that much space. We talked about it early in the first quarter. He's a 3-level scorer. And the lead back up to 4. Fantasista to the wing. Sudo this time puts it up. In and out. Not a bad shot from Sudo. Quick hands. Almost to the steal there from the blind side was Fantasista. Rossiter didn't know what hit him. Can't complete the steal though. Ando back. That'll spread the floor. Certainly. Saiz is back as well. Look at those long hands here from Pickett. Easy slam from Jamorko. And a quick timeout will be called now. That was lackadaisical basketball coming up from ALVARK Tokyo. And Coach Adumaitis is not pleased. Nice basket from deep there from Baranski. Coming out of nowhere. Just about. They needed that one. That's for certain. Leads back up to 5. Flip, not gonna work there. Still another good shot coming from Sudo. Under a minute to be played here. Baranski inside, nice feed. Saiz just went up. That might be the second personal foul on Sean O'Mara. That could be trouble. Are they going to give it to Sudo? Let's see. It's going to be the third on Sudo. But that's free throws once again as we get to another timeout. Once again, those free throws are going to hurt Fighting Eagles Nagoya in the long run. They're down by 6 once again. Final 30 seconds of play. O'Mara with the flip. He can make that shot, but that's not really his shot. Final attempt here for ALVARK Tokyo, protecting the 6-point lead, trying to increase it to possibly 8, maybe even 9. Could be 9. Baranski for 3. No. O'Mara, big board. Chance here for Pickett. That's a smart foul. Foul on the floor. Tokyo still had one more to give. Actually, they had 2 more. 1 more after that. Heads up play there from Baranski. Coach Ruben wants it to be reviewed. I don't think it's going to be reviewed. That was a good foul. First personal foul on Zach. That's why you want to have players like Baranski on the floor for your squad. The 33-year-old knows exactly what he needs to do. Would have wanted to make that 3 though. 1.4 remaining. Lopez for 3. That'll count. Doesn't drop though. 2 quarters done here at the Nagoya Biwajima Sports Center. And the visitors lead by 6, 41-35.
OK、1人目のクリアです。おめでとう。プレゼントをもらって横で待っていてください。さあ、いきますよ。リードさんが転んだ。今日3人クリアかな。はい、クリアです。残りの皆さんも頑張っていきましょうか。リードさんが転んだ。セーフセーフ。はい、いきますよ。リードさんが転んだ。ちょっと強めに押されちゃった。はい、3人クリアかな。はい、おめでとうございます。あと3名のチャレンジャー、次で決まるか。いきましょう。リードさんが転んだ。まだ触ってない。もう OK。はい、ゴールです。おめでとうございます。さあ、あと2人いきましょう。リードさんが転んだ。いきましょう。リードさんが転んだ。タッチ。はい、おめでとうございます。さあ、あと1人ですね。これはもう決まりでしょうかね。いきましょう。見つめ合ってますが、リードさんが転んだ。はい、OK。見事全員成功です。それではプレゼントを持ってコートの中央にお集まりください。この後記念撮影を行っていきます。見事全員クリアです。参加者の皆さん、よく頑張りました。以上、リードさんが転んだ、ヤクマさんが転んだゲームでリード君の対決でした。大きな拍手をお願いします。さて、ここで吉津屋名古屋名水店駐車場をご利用のお客様へご案内します。駐車場は午後9時30分をもちまして完全に閉鎖します。午後9時30分を過ぎますと一切出庫ができません。ご注意ください。万が一出庫できなくなった場合、誠に恐れ入りますが、クラブおよび店舗では対応できかねますので、あらかじめご了承ください。
それではここでファイティングイーグルス名古屋の協賛各社並びにパートナーをご紹介します。ダイヤモンドスポンサーナイストゥーピープル人に素敵を NTP グループ、未来の子どもたちにより良い地球を届けるトヨタ通商、地域を作る社会を支える、そして街を彩る名古屋鉄道、安心安全健康であふれる未来へ総合ジャパン、サポートバイクールに溶けない情熱ロックアイス、夢を包み心を結ぶパッケージの下島、社員と共に進化し続ける未来創造企業二流組、感動創造パートナーミッドランドスクエアシネマ、ウェアサプライヤーインザペイントヤング商事、プラチナスポンサー新日本 OX、愛産工業、アップリバー、ゴールドスポンサー清田産業、 TIS、 豊人、大英産業、ネクスティエレクトロニクス、英語スクールアニー、競争、キッド、 JM テクノロジー、第一石鹸、大光産業、デジタルミックス、東海東京証券、名古屋グランドスイート、西オレントオール、林証券、ディール企画、川崎設備工業、CA ライフ、サプライヤー、オーガーメイド、参考イン、コニカミノルタプラネタリウム蓝天名古屋、 SDGs パートナートヨタ通商、キンコーズジャパン、二流組、下島、参考イン、この他にも多くのパートナー企業様のご支援をいただき活動しております。日頃のご支援誠にありがとうございます。
それではここで B リーグとパートナー各社をご紹介いたします。 B リーグトップパートナーソフトバンク、 B リーグタイトルパートナーリソナグループ、 B リーグイノベーションパートナーインフロニアホールディングス、 B リーグパートナーズ
As you're enjoying the highlights, let's take a look at some of the numbers already here. Total field goal shooting, quite close. ALVARK Tokyo shooting at 43%, 38% for Fighting Eagles Nagoya. So not really a good percentage for both these squads. In terms of rebounding, +4 for Fighting Eagles, 22-18. That's primarily because of Sean O'Mara. When you take a look at the assists, 11-6, +5 for ALVARK Tokyo. They're moving that ball a little bit more. In terms of steals, just about even at 2 apiece. And now even some more numbers. When you break it down from 2-point distance, shooting just about even. 50% here for Nagoya, 47.4% for ALVARK Tokyo. But when it comes to 3, a little bit more in favor of ALVARK Tokyo, 36% as compared to 21%, though they've only made 1 more 3, and that's why we've got a very close affair here. Free throw numbers also +7 in terms of ALVARK Tokyo, 11 out of 16 as compared to 4 out of 5. Everything else just about even. As you can see there, the points in the paint, dead even at 18 each. 11-3, that's a pretty big discrepancy. That's in favor of Fighting Eagles Nagoya because that represents second chance points. That's really Sean O'Mara and his offensive rebounding. 10-5, fast break points. Also in favor of Fighting Eagles Nagoya, trying to get out and score as early as they possibly can. This is quite surprising. Key player matchup. Only 3 points here for Yasuoka. Usually he's already in double digits after 2 periods. Taiki Okasabe, that's fine. Opting to do the dirty work, not really a scorer here for his squad. Everybody else taking up the scoring cudgels. Look at the leading scorers for both these squads. Saiz with 14 points. Actually, the only player in double digits. 9 points for Foster and Ryan Rossiter with 6. On the other hand, Pickett leading the scorers here for Fighting Eagles at 7 points. And 6 apiece for Sasayama and O'Mara. Rebounding, 8 rebounds for O'Mara, 8 rebounds for Saiz. In terms of assists, Osakabe's got 3 and Sean O'Mara's got 2. Second half underway. Fantasista gives it up to his big man. Almost a 3-second violation. Fantasista was forced to put that one up. Nice recovery by Lopez. And then he issues a pass which goes to Nakamura. Lucky that the live turnover there didn't result in a quick 2 points. Still, 6 points, the lead here of Tokyo. Nice find. That's too easy. There was just nobody there as the last line of defense. Now in double digits is Foster. Second player in double digits. He's got 11. Saiz with his 14, as we mentioned. O'Mara finding space. That'll rim out. They'll try to run once again. Nakamura. 3-on-3. Stopping, popping, and hitting. And a quick timeout is going to be needed here by Ruben. A minute is gone. They have not yet scored. And they've given 5 quick points to their opponents. And they now trail by 11. Coming out that timeout, let's see what Coach Boykin came up with. The defensive thrust. O'Mara. Inside. That's good defense. And then, against a triple team, you've got to kick it back out. Another turnover here. That is turnover number 6 for Fighting Eagles. Only 2 turnovers for ALVARK Tokyo. Look at the patience they're showing here. Nakamura! No! Putback's not gonna work. O'Mara with his 9th board. Trying to ignite the fast break here. Jamora will be fouled. That's gonna be on Sebastian. First team foul here for the boys in white. Just making sure there was no easy basket. That's a good first foul for him. I wasn't in the act of shooting. That was clear. Pickett was asking for a chance, but he's not going to be given that opportunity. Fantasista says movement. He's got balance. Fantasista with a jumper, short. Still trailing by 11. To the wing. That looked like an open 3. Didn't want to take it. Nakamura flips it. Rossiter. Touch pass. And Saiz drains another bucket. And the lead is now at 13. 48-35. Chris passing. Leading to that jumper. Oh, it's going to be called on Nakamura. Second team foul here for ALVARK Tokyo. Three and a half gone, actually 2.5 gone in the second half. Fantasista is looking for space. Finds O'Mara, push shot works. It's gonna cut the lead down to 8, then O'Mara's coming out to press high. Not exactly a good idea as he scrambles back. He's supposed to be the last line of defense. That's where he's at right now. That's going to be a foul. Once again on Sudo. That might be number 4. He got caught off the switch. First team foul for Nagoya. Just a little late. That is 4. We might not see him until the 4th quarter, if at all. Lopez also on the floor, not on the floor here for Coach Boykin. Saiz on the line for 2. First rim's out. Sebastian Saiz is actually 3rd in terms of block shots with 1 a game. Look at the Nagoya offense is at 80.5 and their defense is at 81.8. ALVARK, on the other hand, is at 78 for their offense. Defense, 77.4. Such a small margin there. Fantasista with a jumper. He'll come up short. Goes right back to him. They kick it out. They reset the offense and that's going to work. They needed that one badly. And Sugimoto gave them that 3. Puts the lead down to 9. In terms of defensive rebounding, Nagoya is actually 3rd at 27.8. ALVARK is 5th at 27.4. That's why we told you at the top of the coverage, this is going to be an exciting game. These two squads who are on winning streaks. 2-game winning streak for the Fighting Eagles. ALVARK, 5 straight wins. Leads back out to 10. The shot will work for Saiz. 54-42 is our tally. He's got 19 points. Foul's going to be called on Sebastian there. looks like he will be replaced quickly. That's 2 fouls on Seb. Big collision. You don't really want to be there colliding with somebody as big as Sean O'Mara. He'll take a seat. He'll take a rest. He's done his job with 19 points as we have Takaya Sasayama coming back. He's got 6 points in the contest. Poor pass. Another turnover. That's going to be turnover number 7. Nagoya can ill afford to do that. They're already trailing by 12. Could be more. 3 on the way. Yes! They're down by 15. That's a quick reply. They needed that one to stay in step, but they can't trade baskets. They can't trade 3s for 2s. 57-44. Rossiter finds Okasabe. Rossiter again gives it up. Nice fake. Taiki with a jumper. That rims out. That's going to be a foul. Rossiter there had the opportunity for the defensive rebound, and he looked over at the much smaller player to his side. Says, Sasayama, you know, you can jump all day. I don't even need to jump. I'm going to get that rebound. Another possession here. 5 minutes gone in the third. Not a good pass. Will they be able to save it? No, they don't. That's over and back. That was clear. Deep 3. Not necessarily a shot you want to be able to take that far out, especially if you're not the main scorer. That's a good shot coming there from Foster. He usually will make that. Pickett almost traveled. That's what Coach Dinos is asking for. Seal inside. Short there. O'Mara. Offensive rebound again. And he puts it through. That'll cut the lead down to 11. But you can see Fighting Eagles just bleeding for their points. Now in double digits is O'Mara. But he had to really work so hard for all of them. Not in any hurry. Shuto. Oh, pulling the chair. Oldest string in the book, but Sugimoto got called for a foul. They're gonna say there was a tug. Let's see. Oh, they can challenge that. They could challenge that. Or they might say there was a little bit of a nudge with that right arm. Will there be a challenge? So no challenge here. That's surprising though. They're going to give him 2 shots. That should be a foul on the floor. There was no way he got possession yet. And no way he was taking a shot. Rossiter will miss the first. And Sugimoto says, ball don't lie. Under 4 minutes remaining here in the third. They'll get 1. Leads back up to 12. 7 points in the contest for the glue man. He does just about everything for his squad. He'll rebound. He'll pass that ball. He'll set up the offense. And he can score if he wants to. Rossiter takes a seat. Sai's back. Lopez inside. We're going to say foul down low. Lopez trying to make use of that huge frame of his. People forget he's 6'6" and well built. He needs to be a little bit more aggressive, especially now. There is no Jeremy Jones. He's an Asia Kota import. A lot is expected of him, especially now with O'Mara not on the floor. So it's him and Pickett. He'll give it up. They look for him once again. That's where he's got to be aggressive. Kicks it out. Pickett for three. That is what you got to do. Go through Lopez. 12 points now for Pickett, cutting that lead down to 9. Another foul is going to be called, and that's going to put Nagoya in the penalty as well. With 3:08 still to be played here. Lopez hanging on to Saiz. You want to be physical, but you can't be that obvious. See Draymond Green in the NBA, what he does is he doesn't hook the player. That's an easy call for the referee, just bang him. Inside, Saiz will come up short. Disappointed there was no foul called. Open three, bang! And they're right back in it. Tensho with 7 points. Under 3 minutes to be played, and it's a 6-point affair we have here at the Nagoya Biwajima Sports Center. Chance of defense. They're close, and Baranski says, take that. Lead is back up to 8. Nice kiss off the glass there. Looked like it was a little too strong, but nonetheless, it stayed down for Sasayama. He's in double digits with 10. That's a big help coming off the bench. And again, you just cannot hold inside that shaded area. You'll be called for a foul every single time. And that's going to mean free throws. Look at him holding on. How can you not be called for a foul there? That's going to be his third. And if they sit him down, that's going to be one less import on the floor once again for Fighting Eagles. That stops the clock. And it gives ALVARK Tokyo a chance to increase their lead, which they're not able to do with that missed free throw. That's where Saiz has struggled from the 15-foot line. Makes the adjustment on at the second. He's got 20 points now. Looking for their 6th straight victory. That's going to bring them to 16 and 10. If they get the W. That was a fishing expedition the entire way. Nakamura's got to realize he can't stay that close. At that particular stage, if your team is in the penalty, give him the jump shot. That's the best you can do. That's exactly what Coach Adomaitis is professing there to his team on the bench. Exactly what I just said. You can't give an import such as Pickett 2 free throws. He'll make both. Force him into a jump shot, and he just might miss. 2:04 still to be played in the third. Misfiring there. Ando has not been as aggressive as he usually is from the outside. Now he can take a shot. He'll come up short though. Maybe he knew that he didn't wake up on the right side of the bed today. Not taking as many shots as he normally would. Or he should. Inside Pickett. That's not going to drop. Nice save there by Baransky. And a foul is going to be called on Pickett. Why? You're under your very own basket. Watch this here. That was clearly a foul. Slapped at the ball. That'll be number 3 as well. That was definitely a frustration foul. He felt he got fouled on the offensive end. But again, as an import, you've got to be smarter than that. Here comes O'Mara. Forced back into action. Then you're going to send Ando to the line, who has been struggling here today. But once he sees these 2 free throws drop, it just might spur him. 62-55. And distract Ando there. But he's more experienced than that to get razzled. 3 points now for Shuto. Lopez will give it up. O'Mara out of his comfort zone. 3 on the way. Short. Rossiter has just checked back in. Usually a triple-double machine when he's on. We have not yet seen an explosion from that gentleman right there. Ryuto Yasuoka has really been shackled today. He's only got 3 points, averaging 23 a game. Definitely well below his average. Okasabi kicks it back out. They got to make their move. Saiz with the floater, yes. They used up 23 seconds of that shot clock. 22 points now for Sebastian. I stand corrected. The last game of Yasuoka, he had 23 points. Azumaro will put this one through, but he's averaging 10 points a ball game. Also 3 boards. He's got his average at boards. He's got 3 rebounds, but at the same time, he needs to step it up as far as his scoring is concerned. They need him. They look inside. That was a great pass. Everybody thought that was going to be a shot already from Foster. It's going to be a 10-point lead here for the visiting squad as they head into the 4th and final period. It's 67-57. It's Christmas Eve here in this part of the world. And as most families are preparing for Christmas Day, these two squads looking for a victory here. Flip a little bit too strong, and we're going the other way. Still a 10-point lead though for ALVARK Tokyo, 67-57. As we welcome everybody back here to the Nagoya Biwajima Sports Center. Foul's going to be called on Rossiter, stopping the action. Thanks for joining us here for basketball action, courtesy of the B.LEAGUE. Second personal foul going to be called on Rossiter. He calls out the defensive assignments and acknowledges the foul. We go outside once again. Pickett finds O'Mara. O'Mara almost lost it. Lopez for three. Good line, just short though. Saiz battling, and he'll pick that one up. Saiz now with 24 points, 10 rebounds. Double-double for Seb. Shuto! Yes! Oh! That was halfway down. They're going to say that's kicked. And once again, Ryan Rossiter doing what he does best. Just filling the holes, filling the gaps that his team needs to come away with a win. Also with a double-double is Sean O'Mara with 12 points, 12 boards. So his team trails by 10. And look inside. There's no space. Nakamura gets away. Another offensive rebound. They go to Saiz, and he glides through. 2 offensive rebounds in that stretch alone for Ryan Rossiter. Saiz with 26 points. Lopez will misfire. Up and under move. Once again, they go inside. Might be time for another ceasefire here. And that's exactly what Coach Boykin does. Suddenly, his squad is down by 14 with only a minute and a half gone in quarter number 4. Talk about sharing the basketball. ALVARK Tokyo playing beautiful music together. Dodging a bullet there was the home squad. That's not what you see coming off a time. What do you want to see coming off a timeout? Pickett with a jumper. Nothing's dropping here. And a release pass finds Saiz. Easy slam dunk there. And the lead is at 16. This is the biggest lead in the contest at 73-57. And that's coming off a timeout from Coach Boykin. That will really hurt. They can't ring the bell from the outside. Rossiter is going to walk this one up. They've got the momentum on their side. There's another great pass. Assist to Rossiter. And a three-point play in the offing here. Look at Foster already with 19 points. Picture perfect pass. Take advantage of the youngster Milo. Milo Murphy picks up his third. Don't want to say it, but the route just might be on. It's now at 18. Still at 18. They've got possession though. Look at that ball movement. Ando for three. Bang! That's going to make it 21. That's 78 to 57. And the route just might be on. Wow. What a time to falter. Pickett inside. Slapping the board as well. That's a meek reply though. They just gave up 5 points on the other end in that last possession. Will a foul be called on Fantasista? Sticking a little too close there. He should have just backed off. He saw that Nakamura was on his way down. Didn't need to nudge him. Easy call for the referee. Nakamura gets it back. Now they lose clock. Clock is now on their side, that's for sure. Look at the way they pass that ball around. Almost got an easy bucket inside. Chance to come back. Ryuto. That's what he's got to do. That's his second three. I'm surprised that he hasn't tried to be as aggressive as he possibly could. Looks like they're going to review this one to see just exactly what transpired. We've had very few lulls here in this particular ball game. In fact, this might be the first one. Let's see what they're looking at. (78-62), 6:01 remaining in this ball game. Just a regular foul. So back to the action. That foul is going to be called on Sean O'Mara, his second. Got 1 minute before the official timeout, which is the first dead ball situation. When we hit 5 minutes. To the wing once again. Feeler will give it up. He can hit from there, not wanting to take it. For a shot coming from Shuto. That wasn't necessarily a bad possession because they used the entire 24 seconds. They're still up by 16. And their defense has really held. No Francis Lopez on the floor. They still got the youngster Milo. And the 19-year-old has come up with more than a few mistakes already here tonight. They go to O'Mara. Makes his quick move. Door shut in by Rossiter. Back to Sean. To the wing. Open three. Pickett hits. There's still some life here. 18 points now for Pickett. And the lead has been cut down to 13 as we approach the last 5 minutes. Almost a poor pass. It is a poor pass. One of the few turnovers by ALVARK Tokyo. That's turnover number 5. Coach Adumaite saying, why are you guys rushing? We've been in control this entire ball game. Now you're going to rush? They need a strong last 5 minutes from the boys in white to come away with a victory here. Away from home. That's a good idea. Send back Saiz. Sebastian with over 20 points already here today. And they've got Baranski, who's a tough defender. And he can hit the outside shot as well. Fantasista gets it. Now on the outside. We'll get it back. Amizato. Almost passed it to the wrong individual. That's going to bring us here to this timeout. 4:51 remaining. It's 78 for Tokyo, 65 for Nagoya. Final 4 minutes, 51 of this one. That is again not what you want to see coming off a timeout. Another lost possession, another chance for you to be able to cut down this lead. And you just throw it away. 13 points. And with possession, Baranski and company. No rush. That goes to Saiz. He scores again. Saiz now with 32 points. Lead is back to 15. Inside, Pickett delivers. Basket and one opportunity. There's still life. That's still a lot of time remaining. 20 points now for Jamorko. He just blew by his defender. Chase. Try to give chase. Got lost in the shuffle though. First personal foul on Feeler. Pickett completes the three-point play. Some pressure up high. They gotta apply pressure without fouling. There's a foul. That's gonna put them in the penalty. And again, that's gonna stymie their aggressiveness. 4:10 to be played. And Nagoya in the penalty. Wheeler brings it down. Again, trying to use some clock. Taiki inside, high off the glass, too high. Lopez. He's still not on the floor. Nice pass to O'Mara. That's where he can be effective. It doesn't drop though. Sorry, miss there from Sean. How did that not stay down? Perfect pass from Namizato. Right on the money. Sean O'Mara is actually second in terms of rebounding at 9.8 a game. That's almost in double digits. 10 a contest. He's also 15 blocks at 1 a game. Two big free throws for O'Mara and company. Second for Sean. They need this. It rims out though. Deficit still 11. Now chance of defense getting even louder. They need this at the Nagoya Biwajima Sports Center. Shuto. That's a big three. That's why he was in the national team. Look at that big smile. The defense was right there and it didn't matter. Looks like they're going to study this to take a look if it's a 2 or a 3. He might have stepped on the line. Let's see what the referees see. This is going to be a quick review. Coach Adumaitis, though, likes what he sees. Here it is. This is very hard to tell. Steps back. 1, 2. He might be on the line. That might be a long 2, but nonetheless, you can see the Ryuto right on his face. And he still drained that. They haven't put anything on the board yet. It's still 80 to 69. That should be 82 to 69. Here's the call. Ooh, they're saying it's a 3. So I guess there was space. Three minutes, 30 seconds remaining in this one. ALVARK Tokyo looking for their 6th straight victory. They got a score here. Doesn't have to be a 3, but the Fighting Eagles need to get something on the board. Oh, an offensive foul is going to be called here. That's a big call. That's huge. Coming off the curl, yes. Ryuto making contact there. Trying to get away. There wasn't too much, but nonetheless, that's going to be the 3rd personal foul. They're going to study this once again. This should just be a regular offensive foul. Not too much there. So Ando coming up big there. He's trying to stay in step with Yasuoka. A while ago I said there were hardly any stoppages, and now here in the 4th period, so many stoppages. What's the call? Regular foul. 3 minutes and 20 still to be played here. Chance of defense once again. They need a stop. Nakamura flips it up. That's huge. Nakamura now with 9 points. And the lead is back up to 16. 3. Yes! They needed that one. Francis Lopez on the bench here during crunch time. Nakamura breaks the press. 2.5 minutes remaining. Saiz puts up a 3. Nothing but the bottom of the net. And that just might be the backbreaker. 35 points here for Sebastian. And once again, it's a 16-point lead enjoyed by the visiting team. Watch it here. Off the curl. And that 3 will silence the crowd. Final 2.5 minutes. Lopez in. They're taking too much time here for this play to develop. You see those high IQ plays made here by ALVARK Tokyo. That foul there from Chase Feeler will put them in the penalty though. But he got beaten on defense, not wanting to give up the easy basket. That's a big 3. They needed that. Can they keep it going? That's the third 3 now for Yasuoka. He's got 12 points. Now passes average. As we welcome everybody to the Twilight Zone, the final 2 minutes. Feeler not looking for a shot whatsoever. Baranski puts it up. He realized the shot clock was winding down. Hits a big 3 for his squad as well, answering the 3 of Yasuoka. That's why you want him on the floor during crunch time. He makes the right plays. Ito is going to check in now. Haruki Ito, the 23-year-old. That's quite surprising. They're going to need a basket here. They can't take their time. They need to go for a quick 2. They almost lost it. I read 3. Yes! Still, over 70 seconds remaining. You can't foul unless you want to try to extend this ball game. It's a 13-point lead. You need to force the turnover. That was almost a backing violation, but a foul will be called here. If you're going to foul, you should have fouled earlier. A lot of seconds went off. Fourth personal foul going to be called on Ryuto. Kanda will check in. Looks like they're waving the white flag. So Ichiro Kanda, the 24-year-old standing 6'2", is in the ball game. Surprisingly, Ando will miss the first. But the imports for ALVARK Tokyo are now resting. Just for additional insurance, it drops. They're the key players in this win here for ALVARK Tokyo away from home. This is going to be their 6th straight victory. Jumper's not going to work. Baransky with the rebound. Now they're going to use clock again. Look at how composed Zach is. No need to rush things. It's a one-ball game. Shuto inside. Try to slam it through. That would have been a statement. Final 20 seconds. Lopez kicks it out. Look at that swarming defense. And Milo's going to come up short. That should do it. They led from start to finish. It was 2-0, 4-0, and then they increased their lead to 7 at 14-7, and they never looked back. As ALVARK Tokyo wins this one, 92-78. ALVARK's record will improve to 16-10. The 2-game winning streak of Nagoya snapped here tonight as they drop to 11-15. Stick around, interviews coming up, and then we're gonna have the highlights and we'll break down the numbers. Disappointing night for Coach Ruben Boykin. His team came back from deficits of as much as 15 points. They came to within 1, but just not able to get over the hump. As ALVARK Tokyo takes this one by 14 points. And in a bit, we're going to hear from Coach Dainius and also some of the key players. Most likely, we're going to talk to Sebastian Saiz, who finished with over 30 points. Actually, that ties his career high. He could have broken the career high, but Coach Dainius says there are more games to be played. Sat him down. Don't go away. Interviews coming up.
皆さん今日も最後まで本当に熱い応援ありがとうございました。さあイーグルス、まずはじめにオンファイヤー賞の発表から行ってまいります。バスケットライダー
はい、ヘッドコーチ勝利おめでとうございます。
ありがとうございます。
今日のゲーム振り返ってみていかがだったでしょうか。
I think very good energy on the both sides, defensively, offensively. For sure, mistakes happen, but like effort of the guys was unbelievable good.
本当に素晴らしいゲームだったと思います。特に攻守ともに本当にエナジーを持ってプレーできました。もちろんミスはあったんですけれども、それを取り返そうとする努力もあったと思います。エフォートもあったと思います。はい。
非常にボールがよく回っていまして、アシストがチームで29あったんですけど、そこら辺はどのように評価しますか？
So part of the energy. I think guys they did a lot of things tactically very good defensively. Offensively was main thing to attack right from the right spots, okay, and to have like 1 and 2 extra passes. Then okay, then just play basketball.
そうですね。まずはやはりディフェンスの方が戦術のところが本当にはまったと言いますか、そこが良くてその流れがそのままオフェンスに入ったというふうに思ってます。で、オフェンスではそうですね、攻めたいところがあったんですけれども、その正しいところで攻められた結果かなというふうに思ってます。はい。
ファンの皆さんに一言お願いします。
It's unbelievable. Thank you for them. They're behind us. Okay, was they really loud and really giving this like energy what we need, especially in good defensive moments and when we need the support. Thank you for them.
まずはそうですね、足を運んでいただいて本当にありがとうございました。後ろから皆さんが歓声を送ってくれるので本当にエナジーパワーもらってました。特にディフェンスでいいストップあった時に本当に皆さんがすごく大きな歓声を送ってくださったので、それに本当に感謝してます。ありがとうございました。
次節も期待してます。お疲れ様でした。
ありがとうございました。
はい、本日も会場に足を運びいただきありがとうございます。皆さんのチームへのサポート、ラブ、エナジーというこの3つが素晴らしかったので、しっかり勝利を持って終わりたかったんですけれども、残念な結果となってしまいました。タフな負けとはなったんですけれども、今チームとしてはドルフィンズさんから取った2連勝から勢いはある。
はい、サイズ選手勝利おめでとうございます。今日35得点11リバウンド、プレーしててどうだったでしょうか？
It was a good performance today. I'm happy with what I did. I couldn't do it without my teammates. You know, I have a lot of energy today, and I was just happy to be playing.
そうですね、本当に素晴らしいパフォーマンスできたんですけれども、個人というよりは本当にチームのみんなが本当に素晴らしいプレーをしてくれましたので、そこが良かったというふうに思ってます。はい。
これでチームは6連勝になりました。さらに連勝を続けるにはどこがポイントになりますか
？It's going to be difficult games like always. You know, we've been fighting with injuries the whole season, but everybody's stepping up. Everybody's doing a great job, and hope we can continue. You know, this good streak.
そうですね、どんな時でも連勝するっていうのは難しいことだというふうに思ってます。状況的にも怪我人が多いです。ただ怪我人が多いんですけれども、その中でそれぞれの選手がやっぱりステップアップしてますので、それを続けることが大事だというふうに思ってます。はい。
ファンの皆様に向けて一言お願いします。
Thank you. You know, to everybody that came, to everybody at home, you know, Merry Christmas tonight. You know, hope you're with your families and you know, have a good night.
そうですね、まずは会場に足を運んでくださった皆様、そして画面越しから応援してくださった皆様、ありがとうございます。そしてメリークリスマスということで、皆さんがいいクリスマスを過ごしてくれることを願っています。はい、
はい、次も期待してます。お疲れ様でした。
はい、ありがとうございます。
会場でたくさんのご声援をいただいて本当にありがとうございます。先ほどコーチルーベン、そして並里選手からありましたように、たくさんのご声援を感じて皆さんに勝ちを届けたかったです。いつも本当にたくさんの応援ありがとうございます。でまたSNS の方で本日が誕生日ですので、たくさんお祝いのメッセージいただいております。ありがとうございます。これからもチームとしてファイトをし続けますので、変わらぬサポートをよろしくお願いします。
本日の MIP ジャマルコンゲット選手でした。ありがとうございました。
We now have Nagoya here, talking to the fans that have stayed in. Now we've got the highlights. That was a great start by Saiz, and you knew he wasn't going to look back. Power move coming here from Ryan Rossiter, who would finish with exceptional stats as well, doing everything for his squad, not just scoring, Look at his stat line. Ryan Rossiter had 7 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, and just 1 turnover in almost 30 minutes on the floor. 27 minutes. As we said, he's the glue. Sebastian Saiz would finish with 35 points. Also contributed with 11 rebounds and 2 assists. And looking at some more of their starters, Foster was on the floor for almost 27 minutes. He'd finished with 19 points. He also contributed 2 boards and 5 assists. Coming off the bench, Zach Baransky would finish with 8 points in just 13 minutes of action. He also had 4 boards. And he played tough defense on the opposing import. Feeler would play 20 minutes. Only scored 1 point, but he's really there to fill in that role, and he plays that role so well. Fantasista would finish with 9 points. Also contributed 6 assists, not to mention he had 3 rebounds. So a great all-around game for their starting point guard. Jamorko Pickett had to play more than the minutes he's used to, usually averaging just 22 minutes a ball game. Today, he played 35. He'd finished with 21 points. Also came up with 5 rebounds and 2 assists. But it wasn't enough to make up for the absence of Jeremy Jones. There's Pickett with his easiest basket of the night. Lopez didn't score. He played 25 minutes. He did come up with 4 rebounds and 2 assists, but he needed to pick up the slack because there was no Jeremy Jones. Sean O'Mara did quite well with 13 points and 12 rebounds in 35 minutes of action as well. Sean O'Mara averages 30 minutes, so he played just 4 above his average. But O'Mara does everything for their squad, not just on defense, but on offense. They run it through him as well, with him sealing inside. There's another bucket coming from Foster. Look at some numbers here. In terms of field goal shooting, ALVARK Tokyo shot much better now in the second half. In total, they'd finish at 51% from the field as compared to just 43% for Fighting Eagles. In terms of rebounding, just about even. That is a surprise. In fact, ALVARK Tokyo had 1 more at 37 as compared to the 36 for Nagoya. In terms of assists, this was no contest. Almost double. Actually, yes, doubling it. 14 assists for Fighting Eagles, 29 assists for ALVARK Tokyo. They got a lot of easy baskets off some back cuts, and they made, here's another assist. They made it look so easy. Release pass. Saiz would actually have 2 slam dunks here tonight. Shuto Ando will get it back. Drains that 3. Ando would finish with 10 points, still in double digits. Averaging 10.8. He got to his average. But Yasuoka hit a 3 in the first quarter. Didn't hit another one until the 4th, when the lead was just too much to be overcome. That was the final 3 for Shuto Ando. They had to review that one to make sure it was a 3, and it was. And here are the numbers. From 2-point country, shooting much better was ALVARK Tokyo, 51% as compared to 45%, and they shot much better from 3 as well. Though both teams actually made the same amount of 3-pointers. But ALVARK Tokyo operating so much inside that shaded area, they got more free throws. Look at this. They were awarded 27 free throws as compared to just the 10 for Nagoya. They missed 10, but still making 17, and that helped them pull away. They also took better care of the basketball. ALVARK Tokyo with just 5 turnovers. Not bad for Nagoya with 9, but in the end, it was still going to be a loss. Some individual numbers as we take a look at the key player stats. This is one-way traffic, but at the same time, Okasabe is going to say, doesn't matter, I'm not here to score. And we're going to come away with a victory, our 6th straight win here. So ALVARK Tokyo will improve to 16-10 rather. Fighting Eagles will drop down to 11-15. Well, that's going to do it here for our coverage. We'd like to thank all of you for joining us here this Christmas Eve. Till next time, take care. Have a great Christmas and a great holiday season. God bless.